What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we will be doing a full set, more like a medium length or medium long, just about, but I'm gonna go ahead and say medium. So we'll be doing a medium full set with some swirls, and I'm just going in with my scissors and I'm cutting my shape just so we can save some time. So I usually use like a straight edge nail clipper or a scissors. So if you're using a nail clipper, just make sure that the edge is straight and not rounded, because if it's rounded, you're really gonna mess up the shaping. Usually when I'm done with that, I'm just gonna come in with my 100 grit hand file from 876 nails, and I'm just gonna come in and crisp the shape up. I'm gonna make sure my angle is right, and I'm gonna make sure I'm not filing on one side too much, because we don't want to have the nail being crooked. So we always want to make sure we file each side alternately and make sure we're looking at what we're doing. That way we perfect our shape. And of course, if you're not comfortable using the scissors to take you halfway through, you can always just come in with your hand file and shape the nail. I don't know why I'm out of frame. Oh my gosh, I hate that. Okay, I think I'm back. Anyways, guys, so if you're not comfortable using the scissors to cut the nail, you can always come in with your hand file and do it from scratch, or get some coffin tips. I have coffin tips on my website that's easy shaping, so that will help you as well. But learning how to use your scissors will really help you. So we're just coming in and we're just crisping up the shape, like I said before, making sure everything is nice and neat and ready for application. I always pre-shape my nails before I apply the acrylic. And also, guys, when you're shaping, like I said before, just pay attention to what you're doing and make sure you file the nail each side. Don't stay on one side too long. And of course, we're gonna come in and we're gonna blend the ledge where the tip was glued down. We're gonna blend that way we have a very smooth application. I usually just go ahead and do this, that way I know I am safe. So make sure you go ahead and just, even if you don't have to use your hand file, you could use a drill bit or you could use a hand file. I usually just come in with my hand file because it's so much faster. Since I'm already using it for the shaping, I just come in and blend the tip. And then make sure you dust the nails off. That way when you come in with your primer, you have a clean nail bed to work over. And I use a 180 grit sanding band to prep my nails. So make sure when you're using a sanding band to prep your nail, make sure it's a 180 grit. Anything too rough is gonna damage the client's nail. And I'm coming in with my Young Nails protein bond, and I usually go over this 2 times because that's what the instruction says. So I just follow the instruction and I don't struggle with lifting. So I'm just gonna coat that 2 times, and then I'm gonna come in to start my application. So I decided this paper towel, guys, I really love it. It's a Viva paper towel. I noticed there's 2 different Viva paper towels, because the other day I went to get paper towels and I just looked at it and saw that it was Viva and I picked it up, but you have 2 different types. So you have to make sure it's the one that's marked cloth on it. And of course, we're using 876 nails EMA liquid, and we're gonna come in with this pretty nude, go to nude. It's also from 876 nails, and the link for all these products will be in the description box. And this is my number 12 brush. I recently started to use this brush and I love it so much. Like, I've been using my Kiara Sky brush for such a long time, but I finally switched my brush and I'm loving this one. So I'm gonna come in with my first bead and I'm gonna apply that right where the tip and the natural nail meets. I'm gonna just gently guide the acrylic And make sure whenever you're applying the acrylic, you have the client's finger tilt downwards. That way the product can run to the tip of the nail. And whenever you're doing this, you literally just giving the acrylic gentle strokes and guiding the acrylic to the tip of the nail. Don't play too much in the acrylic. You only do what's necessary. So like I noticed, like some people, they put the acrylic down and they just automatically starts to just go in on it and playing in it, when really and truly the acrylic is self-leveling. All you really need to do is be gentle with it and guide the acrylic. This is such a gentle process, and most time we overthink it. It's not so difficult. Just give the product a chance to self-level and guide it. And also, whenever you're applying your acrylic, make sure you clean up your sides. That way you keep the shape of your nails. And whenever you apply the acrylic, if you notice that your acrylic is about to start running, you can just hold your acrylic in place for like 5 seconds. That way it gives it a minute, like just to set, and then you release it. Because sometimes when you pick up a bead, you can notice from the jump that it seems like it's gonna be like it's going to run. So you could just hold it, like when you place it down on the nail, don't release it. Just hold it for like 5 seconds, let it set, and then you release it. And then that should help like the runniness. It shouldn't be so runny. And also make sure whenever you come up from your liquid, if your acrylic looks runny as well, you just tap the opposite side, the side that doesn't have the acrylic on it, on the brush, and you're gonna just hold that down on the paper towel so you drain some of the liquid. And whenever you're applying your cuticle bead, just make sure it's not too close to the cuticle. You apply the bead like just above the cuticle, and then you gently push it back in the cuticle. That way the cuticle is not being flooded easily, because if you place it exactly in the cuticle and then it starts to run, you know, it's just gonna go all over the skin. So give it some space, give it some room for you to tuck it back, and like room for arrows. Like I said before, we're going to come in with the first bead. We place that right where the tip and the natural nail meets. And I'm just giving it gentle taps and strokes and guiding it towards the tip of the nail. And make sure you keep wiping your brush. Every time you swipe the acrylic, you should be wiping your brush. You should be going in your monomer and cleaning your brush as you go along, because if you just keep working and not wiping the brush, your brush will go bad. And we know brushes, good brushes are expensive, and we don't want to have to keep buying brush like once a month. You can at least keep your brush for a year with good care. So make sure whenever you apply the acrylic or whenever you finish dragging, tapping, just make it a habit to wipe your brush off on the paper towel. And like I said before, just make sure you always keeping your shape, keeping the shape of the nail, making sure everything is nice and neat, because that way we'll save time in the end with the shaping. And in this application, I was kind of trying to work on the drier side because it's so cold in the room, so the acrylic runs a lot more. Because like we know, if the room is cold, the acrylic runs, and if the room is hot, the acrylic dries fast. So I was trying to drain as much of the liquid as possible, because it was cold. As you guys know, it's cold outside, so you know the acrylic was running a bit much. So I was trying to pick up the bead, drain as much liquid out of it, and holding it down. That way it doesn't run as much, and I managed to do that. And this color that I'm using is called to-nude. Your clients will definitely love this color. It's such a good color to have if you have clients that's in the military or people that like a soft base. To-nude is definitely for them. because it is so subtle, it's so nice, like it's buttery. Everything about this nude is so, like, I use this nude every single day, 24/7. It's, I go through like 3 of these 2 ounces for the month. So I really love this color, and my clients love it as well, especially the girls that's in the military, because you know they can't really wear bright base or anything that shows up too much, so they usually go for the go-to nude. If the acrylic is flowing on the side wall or on the cuticle of the nail, just remember that you can always go ahead and use your brush and clean it up. Don't get panicked. Don't think it's the end of the world. It happens to all of us. Look, you see, you use the flat part at the tip, and you come in from that angle and you clean the side walls up right there at the tip, and you come in at the side, you come in at the cuticle, and you come in at the other side, and you clean it up, and you're good to go. Because you have to clean it up, or else you're gonna have lifting. It's gonna be very hard to seal the nail when you come in with your drill. You have so much products to remove, it's very hard. So just make sure if the acrylic runs in the cuticle or in the side walls, just come in with the tip of your brush and clean it up. And make sure whenever you're done applying your acrylic, you clean the brush. And I love this brush because no matter how, like, I'm cleaning it, the hair doesn't you know, sometimes you're cleaning your brush and all the hair start coming out. That's not the case. So I really love this brush, and I make sure whenever I'm working, I clean up my workstation as I go, because if you're back to back with clients, this is the easiest way to keep your space clean. Just learn to put stuff away. And we're coming in one more time with our 100 grit hand file, and we don't have too much work to do because we already had like a neat application. But if your application is still in the process, if you're still working on it, you're just going to have a little bit more filing to do, which is completely okay. The aim is for the end results to look good and for your clients to be satisfied. So even if you wasn't able to control your product as good as you would like, just come in with your hand file and pay attention and focus and just get the shape nice and crispy. Because people might think, oh my gosh, I didn't apply right. It's not the end of the world. Come with your hand file and fix your mistakes, fix the arrows. That's why we have the tools. And I wasn't applying right when I just started, and you know, with practice and practicing and practicing and practicing, then the application got better and better. So make sure when you're filing, you get the tip of the nail, you get the underside, because sometimes the shape looks crazy and you think it's the side walls when it's not the side. You have to also shape underneath the nail, right? You see like how I did that just now? You have to do that because you have to make sure that is even. It doesn't have, you see how sometimes like acrylic is hanging down and stuff like that? That reflects on the shape on top of the nail. So just make sure whenever you're filing, you get under like that, and then you get the free edge and you get the sides. And then whenever I'm done shaping, I always turn the client's hand down. This is called the client's view, so you could see what they're seeing, see what you need to fix, and you just come and measure the nail, make sure everything is on the same length. Now I'm coming in with my medium bit, and I'm gonna seal my cuticles and go over the nail, make sure everything is nice and smooth. And the key to drilling is making sure you have your pinky finger to keep you stable, because you need your pinky finger. That's gonna help the drill from slipping all over the place and for you to have control over the drill. So make sure you have your pinky finger resting on something. And also when you're drilling, you have to practice twisting the client's hand and twisting your hand. There's no way you can drill and have the client's fingers straight all the time and your hand straight all the time. The tip of the bit needs to be wherever you're trying to drill. So if I'm trying to get the side walls, I'm gonna put the tip of the bit in the side wall. I'm gonna show you just like that. See, I'm trying to get the side wall, so I put the tip of the bit in the side wall. I'm trying to get the cuticle, so I put the tip of the bit in the cuticle. So whenever you're drilling, just make sure you're twisting the bit and you're placing the bit exactly where you're trying to work, and whatever you're trying to seal, just make sure you place the bit right there. Because if you keep your bit in an awkward position, you're going to eventually cut your client, and that we always try to avoid. And then we're just coming over the entire nail and making sure everything is nice and smooth, like I said before. And usually when I'm done with this process, I come in with my hand file and I just come over one more time just to tighten everything. But it's not a case where I'm sealing the cuticle. I get the cuticle and I get the sidewall. I make sure that is set and sealed with my drill bit. And if I feel like I want to come in later on with my hand file and tighten up everything, the focus is not going to be on the cuticle. The focus is going to be on the overall nail, making sure everything is nice and smooth and it's blended right. And that usually doesn't take a long time. Like, I'm usually done within 5 minutes on both hands, because I already did a lot of work with the drill, sealed the cuticle, make sure the side walls are nice and tight, and with the hand file I'm just coming in to give everything like a smooth finish, tightening up everything. now I'm coming in with my buffer and I'm gonna buff the nail. This way I get out all the scratches out of the nail and we get ready for the design. So we decided to use like 2 different shades of brown, and this is like a off-white kind of color, creamish color. So that's not white, that's like a off-white and 2 different shades of brown. And whenever I'm doing a design, I use my pinky finger to help keep my hand stable, and then I just come in with the line. When I'm doing a line, I usually do the outline first, and then I come in and then I shade the rest of it. But we did a very simple design this time around, and it came out super cute. After I'm done with each colors, with the line design, after I'm done with each color, I put that underneath the light, let it dry, and then I come in with the second color. But like I said before, doing this it's not hard. You just have to focus and know where you're going with the design. You know what you want the line to look like, you know what side of the nail you're heading, so stuff like that kind of help you to more have a better aim, if that makes sense. Because sometimes you start the line but you don't know exactly where you're going with it, so that kind of throw you off. So if you know, okay, I'm starting on this side and I'm trying to go on the complete opposite side, you position your hand and you use your pinky finger to keep you stable. You know what you want the line to shape like. You say, okay, I want like a curve right there, and then I'm gonna bring it around at the tip. So you start out knowing what you're gonna do. You place your pinky finger and then you just focus on the line. It's not gonna be the best line in the beginning, but as you do it over and over and over again, your lines will start to get better. And this is the final results. They came out super cute. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're liking the videos and leave a comment down below. Until next time, bye.